Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how's it going? Hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday night, and welcome to our first official episode of the new D&D campaign featuring the group Trials of Imagination, which is a group we formed a little over a year ago and wrapped up our first campaign together a couple months back, and we're on to our second one. And we have several of the players from the last one coming back, as well as 2 additional new players. So we'll be introducing all of them tonight, get you guys familiar with everybody. Thanks for the bits, Calico. Appreciate it. And we'll have a little bit of an intro, have some fun time, and get everything going. So first things first, this is Dungeons & Dragons. If you are not familiar, it is just a role-playing game, kind of plays out like a board game in certain aspects, just with a lot more emphasis on the role-play, to where myself will be more of the person controlling the universe, and I just kind of sit back and let everyone else live in it and act in it and do whatever have you if you've never seen it before. If you have, you already know this, and I'm just talking pointlessly. So that will be what to expect. We'll have music, role-playing, fighting, all sorts of stuff throughout the campaign. It is a gothic horror campaign, so I'll go ahead and put a disclaimer for all the TRG people out there. There will not be a family-friendly label on this stream or any in this campaign, because the content itself can be dark and gritty and gruesome in certain aspects. So for that alone, we just don't need to put that label on there, because it would not be true. We don't expect to be talking like a bunch of sailors and, throwing cuss words all over the place, but we do want to give a warning. This is not a family-friendly campaign. It's not crazy over the top, mind you, but just for the disclaimer, so that we do throw that out there, that is off the table. So I think that is all the announcements that I have specifically. Let me pull up something we're going to have. One of our members, Miss SJ, is going to have a few announcements. So I'm going to let her take the table from here.
Or you can even make an... Oh, hi.
Hi,
I was looking
everybody.
at your point redemption.
You're on there now. So,
hi.
Miss SJ, do you have some announcements for us? You're muted. Good job.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so we are gonna be doing a giveaway. So how you enter, so we made some fun stickers because it was asked, and so we will give them out in the giveaway. I'll show you when my camera's on what the sticker looks like. But also, we have made a Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok account. There's not much on it yet, but if you will go and look up Trials of Imagination, you will find our TikTok and our Instagram. Twitter didn't like that Imagination was super long, so on Twitter you can find us at TOI_DND. So yeah, there's that.
And if you would, you can type that in the chat if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will grab that. And if you want to tell them how to enter the giveaway so they can get a lovely sticker of your face.
You can just go to the chat and do !giveaway, and it'll give you a link for how to submit that. It accrues by in-game currency, and you achieve that by literally watching the stream. As simple as that. The more you watch, the more points you get. The more points you get, the more times you get to enter a thing. You put the link itself. It won't let you put links. I was just going to say how to spell it. Calico can do it, though. She's a mod, so if you want to pass that off to her, you can.
Okay.
So
quick note before we start: VIPs also get the get that chat filter removed.
Mm-hmm. And subs.
He doesn't like me enough to make me a VIP though.
For this event specifically, subs also get double points. So if you are a subscriber, like Calico is, you would accumulate points twice as fast as any of the normal viewers would. So that helps you get there faster.
Yes. So we're gonna do the sticker giveaway. How many are we doing it once a week?
For now, I think
once a week. Okay.
We'll start with that and just see where it goes from there.
Yeah. It probably won't just be his face. We'll probably do other stickers too.
Sure.
And then once a month, we're going to do a bigger giveaway as well. But more information on that to come.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Okay. We'll go ahead and get started. We're still waiting on one of our members to arrive, so that's why the Discord cams are not up right now, just so you know. But we do have the character tokens up as well as the names. So we'll go ahead and go through some of that because I can't put the Discord cams up yet because they'll be all out of whack if I do. So we'll skip the first one. So Elbereth.
He's derived. He's here.
Oh, he is? Nice. Okay, he is here. Okay. Woo! All right, let me switch it over, and this will be the moment of truth to see if it's all going to line up or not. Okay, and switch. Kind of. Yep. Mark and Liam is about the only one that's out of square, more or less. If you want to like nudge yourself the right. Nope, other way.
You can do it.
You can do it.
You can do it, Liam.
I believe. Keep going.
I believe.
Mark is just the painting.
There you go.
The pictures behind him.
So we'll go ahead and do introductions so everybody can meet everybody for the first time. It's going to be just plain, short, and simple. Just tell me your name, your character's name, and just who your character is. So from left to right, we have Mr. Richard Anderson. Mr. Richard, you are muted at the moment, but if you want to unmute.
Okay, I didn't have audio for a second. We're
There
fixed.
you go. Gotcha.
Sorry, had an online small group session that went a little over tonight.
It's all
Some
good.
dense stuff.
All good. So if we know your name is Richard. What's your character's name?
Zyle.
Okay. What is your character?
He is a grumpy old retired military man.
Okay. Race and class.
He is a human, variant human, because OP first level feat, and he is a grave cleric.
Okay. And then just brief summary, what does he kind of look like? We have the token on.
He looks, I'm trying to, because I ripped him straight out of a book, his appearance. He looks very much like, if any of you have ever seen Bleach, a lot like Old Man Zangetsu.
Nice. All right. So, and you pronounce that Zyle, correct?
Yes.
Zyle. Okay. So that is Zyle. Moving on to the next one, we have Miss Captain Bex. You want to introduce yourself and your character?
Yeah, I am Captain Bex, or Becky, and my character is Elbereth, Azamar Warlock.
Nice. And what does your character look like?
Oh, she's like super tall, like 6. What were we saying, like 6'7" or something, and like grayish skin and white hair. The shaft has like pulled back in a braid. Yeah, I don't know. What else?
Okay. Sounds good to me. So that is Captain Bex. And Miss Elbert, you can see her in the chat as Capt Bex. Moving on to the next one, Mr. Liam.
Hi, I'm Liam. My character's Mark. I'm a human variant wizard. Previously, my character had a family, but my family, my wife and 2 kids, ended up getting kidnapped by an Ifriti, and so I am an adventurer because I'm trying to rescue them.
Okay. And what is your character look like?
I've got brown hair. I'm physical characteristics. I've got brown eyes.
Okay.
Well, hazel eyes. I'm 6 feet tall and I'm a slight build in terms of weight. I'm 30 years old.
All right. So that is Mr. Mark. Moving on, we have Mr. J. Mr. J, do you want to introduce yourself and your character?
I'm Mr. J, and I am playing the role of Millard Kate. He's a former mutinous sailor turned to the life of a thief in order to steal anything he can from people who he believes are less deserving. He has longish black hair, dark eyes, which are usually covered by a cloak of some sort. It's your typical young thief, just trying to get what he can in the world because he feels like he's been cheated.
Okay. And what does your character look like?
He's a average build, though his hands are pretty rough from years of sailing. I would describe him as unkept most of the time. Doesn't really care a lot about his appearance.
You have roughly how tall he is?
Probably about 5'6", 5'7".
Okay. So he was built to be a rogue.
Yeah.
All right. So that's Mr. Millard. Moving on to the next one, we have Josiah, aka also the Lava Burner in chat. So Mr. Lava, do you want to introduce yourself and your character? You are muted, or I cannot hear you.
I am Nadar Magma Shield.
There you go.
I am Mountain Dwarf Barbarian. I am drunk all the time. And that is not just a rough estimate as to how often he is drunk. That is the truth. He always has alcohol with him. And where was it? There it is. He's got blue eyes. He's like 4'7", and brown hair, white skin, sort of thing. A pale boy like me. He came from a mountain. Okay.
All right. So that's Mr. Nadar, and then last but not least, we have Miss SJ Sensei. So SJ, do you want to introduce yourself and your character?
Hi everyone, I'm SJ Sensei. I guess that's it for who I am. My character is
Well played.
Ayla. My character is Ayla. She is an elf, a high elf. She is a monk. Most of the time, you will see her walking around with her hood on. But she has copper color hair. She is very pale, has green eyes, and is very tall. She's 6 feet tall and very slender. Yeah, that's what she looks like. That's who the character is. She, or I guess a little backstory. She used to live in a village with her family up until her father passed away. She then trained to be a monk for several reasons, and then decided that she wanted to travel before she had to take on any real world responsibilities. So she decided to just travel, and she met up with these guys.
Nice. So that is Miss Ayla, and with that, we have introduced our entire motley crew here that will be going through the Curse of Strahd homebrew campaign this season. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And in case for whatever reason you don't know me, my name is Matt Lane. I'm also known as 2-Bit Lane. I will be the DM for these fine folks before you and try to do the best I can to make it fun, tense, and maybe even scary at times. We will see. And hopefully it'll be a fun time. So I think that's enough of that. We have one more disclaimer, and then we'll move on to getting into the session because we got a lot to cover and not a lot of time to do it. So we will be exporting this video to YouTube after the fact because we've had a lot of people request wanting to be able to watch it after the, off of Twitch, because Twitch only keeps VODs for so long. So that being said, at least these first couple episodes, we're going to try to keep verbal communication with chat down to a minimum. So if you type something to us and you don't see us responding verbally, that's normal. That's just what we're trying to do to mitigate how YouTube will react to it later, because they're not going to be able to see chat in YouTube. We will try our best to respond to you in the chat itself, and we will have a section of the stream later to where we'll also take the time to respond to you directly. So just saying that now so that it doesn't seem odd if you keep trying to get our attention and we're not responding. We do see it. We will hopefully respond as much as we can in chat without getting too distracted from the stream. So that's all the announcements and disclaimers I have, unless any of the rest of you can think of anything else. I say we just literally go ahead and get right into it and play
I have
this.
a very quick aside.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a mysterious package today. A strange benefactor.
Hey!
So thank you, SJ. I was
Welcome.
overjoyed to receive these today.
I was wondering when those were going to come in.
Yeah. Here's the sticker, guys. This is the giveaway right now.
So anyone
The
wondering
sticker.
what the giveaway is, that's it right there.
Yeah. Also, if anyone desires the like messed up ones, why they did this, I don't know. Like, I printed it, but I didn't have the laminate yet, so I got the laminate, put it on, and cut it, and it decided to cut it smaller than the actual picture. So then they came out like this. So they all kind of look different.
As everybody knows, in the collecting world, misprints are way more valuable.
That's true. So I have 9 misprints.
It's the true
all
embodiment
different.
of the "this is fine" emote.
This is fine. This is like the closest one, but it's still like off. This is how you can tell, like it cut it smaller than what
That's
it's
the high
supposed to
value
be.
one. That's $100.
$100.
Collector's
It's
edition.
the special edition. Yeah.
But then you have like this one where it's just like he has the shirt of the top one. So
Nice.
Poor dude. No shirt.
All right, so if that is it for everybody, we're going to go ahead and move on. We have a special intro video for all you guys if you were not here for session 0 to see it. Hopefully this time it doesn't cause the stream to crash. We'll see. I don't know. We've messed around with some settings to try and make sure it's fun, but we're about to find out, I suppose, because there's no way to test it other than to do it. So without further ado, here is the intro video for Curse of Strahd. Enjoy. We didn't crash. Hey,
No crash. Woo,
Yay.
I like your generous use of low frequencies in that.
Yeah, that stinger transition caused it to lag a little bit, so I might end up taking that out. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it was just the first time. We'll know to each
A lot
other.
of data to process there.
Yeah, a little bit, but hopefully worth it because I think it's a ballin' intro. Hopefully, I'm not too biased, but I think it's ballin'. So we're gonna go ahead and hop straight into this. So the players can kind of go ahead and just take a step back, relax. You can even mute if you want to, so that if you do accidentally bump anything, you don't make noise because you're not going to need to talk for at least a little bit. I'm going to do a full-fledged intro for you, and I'll let you know. So feel free to do whatever you want to do. You can stay unmuted if you want to, but just know that it's okay if you want to do that because you're not going to be required to speak for a second. So we're going to explain this intro kind of in a cinematic fashion, if you will. We'll give it an idea. We'll explain as if like you're experiencing the intro of a movie to where you're having camera angles and stuff. So we pick up where our adventurers left off in session 0, which is they experience some creatures in the wilderness, and then a young elfling came to talk to them and say that people from their village were being kidnapped, and she had heard about the renowned heroes and adventurers from afar that would be perfectly capable of handling such a thing. So she recruited them to take on this task for the local area. And that is where we pick up. Now, in the exact same woods of where they were previously, we can see a camera is starting to quickly, as if it's flying from a drone, is just passing through trees or just whizzing by you, kind of angled down. As it is approaching, you can kind of see the mountain in the distance as it's going to the edge of the forest, and it's going to begin picking up the pace and kind of moving quickly. And then it finally kind of, you start becoming a little more clear that the edge is coming up on you, and it's going to be, let me make sure I have this, hold on. Music is important, guys. Make sure you have that turned on. Okay. So as it approaches the edge, you see as the forest line ends, there's a bit of a dirt and rocky terrain that kind of continues on for about 100 yards before the foot of the mountain is where you are located. So there is a bit of a gap there. And once it hits that, it takes a hard turn and starts running where the forest line is on your left, the foot of the mountain's on your right, and it's just whizzing by you to see dirt just kind of passing. And suddenly you see feet. And it's going to pan out, and suddenly you just see this mass, just huge portion of these creatures that you guys had dealt with. It's just like a sea of these things all gathered around, and in the dead center of it, at the heart of it, is our adventurers kind of in a circle, fighting it off. They are literally surrounded by these things. Not even really capable of coming up with a number. It's just as much as you can see. Can't even really picture it whenever you're trying to figure out a number. And they're one by one just taking creatures out left and right, but it seems like no matter how many they take out, they just keep on coming. And at this point, we are going to dip straight into the action and have a closer look at it as we get to know some of our characters. So first things first, we're going to have the camera pull up, and our character played by Miss Bex, Elbreth, is going to block one of these creatures with her sword. It's going to try to grapple onto it, and it just grabs it with its mouth, beak, if you will, and just gnawing at it. And she's just kind of holding it still and kind of just looks back to the group and just says, "So much for the element of surprise. Thanks, Nadar." As she proceeds to block it, she then holds her right hand up, and the creature becomes jolted and backs up and is floating at this point. And it's covered with a green sphere of sorts, and it starts looking confused and begins pecking at the sphere and clawing at it and trying to get out of it, but nothing's happening. It's just stuck in this little sphere, to which Albert Chance gives a little smirk and then throws her hand down, and the sphere begins just plummeting into the earth and creates a crater as it just keeps digging down to where there's this faint light of emerald green for where it was, and it starts to just dissipate until suddenly you can't even see it because the crater has become so deep. And at this point, the dirt somehow just forms itself back up, and that thing is gone. She has just literally submitted this thing to the earth. At this point, she kind of just gives another smile, and then another one jumps up. She blocks it again, and then we pan over to Nadar, just now getting ready to reply because he is still in his drunken stupor, and just says, "It wasn't my, it wasn't my okay, you know what? Yeah, my bad, guys. That's on me." At this point, Nadar is going to see one of the creatures kind of staring him down as if it's getting ready to charge, and he's just going to be like, "All right." Wipes the, not really sure if it's saliva or alcohol or both. Just kind of wipes it off of his beard, gets ready, and just lets out a scream of both anger and excitement, as a barbarian does. It's kind of confusing. And he just looks happy but mad, and it's very hard to take in. He just slams his axe into the ground and starts walking forward, just shoveling up dirt as he's going. And they run and meet head on, and as he does, he just flips it up, and the creature's literally splits from the inside out, and just goes right around him in half, just leaving stuff and entrails all over him. Except instead of being disgusted, he just kind of turns around and just starts laughing very creepily. At this point, he just looks at the rest of them and is just getting more excited as he goes, and just like he did in Session 0, starts spinning like a top, and like a little madman just goes right into the thicket of these things. At this point, we turn to Mr. Zyle, who's looking at this and just confused, and he's like, "You idiot, you're gonna get yourself killed." He ducks because he feels like a claw's swiping right over his head, stands back up, and literally raises his hand up to it, and you see the creature stop and then contort and suddenly just cave in on itself and it's gone. It has literally caved in on itself and disappeared entirely. He looks back towards Nadar and see that he's just spinning in a giant mass of these things. And although he's taking out a lot of them, he's creating quite an amount of wounds on himself too. So he begins doing his job as a cleric and starts holding it up with one hand and healing wounds, although more are replacing them as he heals them. So it's just kind of a constant loop that he's stuck in at this point. So he decides to try and help Nadar out a little bit. So while he's healing with one hand, he holds his other hand down, and the ground around Nadar literally begins to shake and shake and shake more and more and more until suddenly literally it starts cracking, and all the creatures are starting to lose their footing, and a big crevice just opens up, swallowing a plethora of the creatures before the rest of them realize, oh, there's a hole in the ground. Okay, let's move off a little bit. And as he continues to walk forward, not only healing Nadar, but following him so that a drunk, angry, happy dwarf does not also potentially fall near the crack. So he's in suit of that. As this happens, we pan over to Mr. Mark, who has begun literally levitating because he did not want to have to deal with the shaking ground that Mr. Zyle has created. And he just looks at their group and is like, well, this went rather poorly. So much for the plan we had. He holds out his left hand to the group that is kind of in front of him, and all of them just kind of freeze. Is literally they're just not moving. It's just a group of them, but a sizable group. With his right hand, while his left hand is holding him still, he holds his hand up, and just fireballs just start raining down from the sky, just one by one, just creates a ton of dust and rock and rubble, and bird parts are pretty much flying everywhere as these creatures are, and just annihilates these things as it comes down. During this, although there's dust and everything everywhere, Zyle looks back and sees the dust and is just kind of like, oh, that was impressive. And then he sees an arrow come out of the dust and hit one of the creatures just square in the head, just, and then another one. It's a whole bunch of them. So at that point, he just kind of looks annoyed. He just yells into the smoke. He's like, do you ever run out of these things? Like, how do you not run out of these things? To which our lovely rogue, Mr. Millard, you hear him in the distance. Science, my friend. Science. Millard, suddenly, even though he's shooting it outside the smoke, something grabs his attention to his left, and his eyes peer open, and he turns and shoots seemingly at air, at nothing. And an arrow actually stops mid-air and comes right back down. And when it does, suddenly a creature is revealed that had been there. Somehow the creature had turned invisible. Not sure that was a trait with these things, but you just learned it. At that point, he just kind of pulls out the arrow, gives a little smile. Zyle still just kind of, and there's like, gosh dang rogues. Goes back, keeps healing, and angry, spinning Nadar. As all this is going on, we pan over to our monk Ayla, literally doing monk nonsense. We pan over, she is running across the heads of these things as if she's going across them like they're a bunch of stepping stones. just from one to the other, giving a kick every now and then to the nearest one as she can, as she's sitting here running, doing a bunch of nonsense, just kind of as you're like, whose idea was this again? And starts kicking into where finally she gets to where the kind of the end of them, that little pattern jumps off, and she does a incredibly unnecessary quadruple front flip, as monks would do, and then lands into a very stereotypical monk pose. And as she does, all the ones she had touched and landed on behind suddenly like freeze, and then they all just topple over for some reason, motionless. We then pan over to our last but not least, our NPC character, Mr. Idris, who is a Warforged character, which means he's kind of like half robot, half human, or in this case, Celestial Azamar, but just for a visual, we'll say human. And he has begun kind of just shooting energy blasts. He's a warlock, so these will be Eldritch blasts, but just shooting them left and right, seeing a whole bunch of these coming over, and suddenly one jumps up and kind of catches him by surprise. It's about to land on him, and right as it does, you guys see, whoop, he's gone, and the creature just lands, and there's nothing there. He's like, what? And then the creature looks up, and there is Idris right next to him, holding his hand out. Says, "Hello, bird. Goodbye, bird." And then literally just disintegrates the bird. At this point, Idris sees a large amount of these things coming for Nadar and Zyle, and realizes that it might be a little too much. So he kind of just gives a little smile, taps on his left foot, and there is this massive sigil that he has carved. And when he does that, a really big sigil suddenly lights up on the ground where this huge area is starting to run into. And as it does, every last one of them gone. They just, all the ones that were inside this sigil just disappear. Zal's going to kind of like look at it like, what did you just do with those? He's like, they're somewhere at the bottom of the ocean. That's where I went earlier. There's one of those there too. They're probably dead. Yeah, I gathered. To which everybody just keeps going back and forth. There's not a whole lot left at this point, so they're starting to gather together and regroup. And they think they're finally starting to make some headway, and then suddenly you just hear more of these bird noises on the mountains in the distance, and just seas of them start pouring out of the tunnels yet again, as if there's just a non-stop number of these things that keep coming. To which Zoud is just kind of, all right, back to back. Everybody just kind of makes a circle around as the sea just kind of gathers around him, just kind of waiting just to get the chance to pounce at him. Everybody just kind of looking. They just all make bird noises. All your heroes make whatever battle cry you want to make, and they come in, slam in on each other, and then we pan out. And we have a credit scene, if you will, intro credits. And from there, we pick up actually in the future. So, somehow, off screen, even though it looked dire, are bawling characters, as you have all seen, because they are quite capable, have handled the creatures and are escorting roughly 28 or so civilians back to the capital, where they came from. So they are in the process of doing this. They get all the way to the area to where they come back, and the people at the gate are just getting crazy excited because some of them recognize the people they don't recognize you guys, but they recognize the people you were walking with, and they know, okay, these people have been missing for like weeks. And some of them go and get whoever they can alerted, and it just becomes this huge uproar of the city of just pure joy and just excitement, and everything is just wonderful. And the next thing you know, these people are saying like, okay, we this is an amazing day. Like, we've got to celebrate this. Thank you so much for everything you've done. So they are throwing a gigantic festival in the heart of town, and you are the honorary guest. Everything is on the house, no matter what you go to. Food is free, drinks are free. They're pretty much saying, whatever you want, it's yours. Thank you for your assistance. And that is where we are going to pick up on this episode. Sorry for the long intro, but had a lot of stuff we had to knock out there. So let's go ahead and get our festival music going, as it would be doing. And we're going to pick up with your group. You're all together at the moment. You're still kind of like taking it in because all that, just as much as probably for the players in the stream, if you want to go meta, it all happened really fast. So you're just like, okay, we're here for a festival now, I guess. So the little Mira elf is going to approach all of you and kind of just look at you one by one. It's like, thank you so much for this. You do not know how much it means to have brought so many people back with you. It is so much appreciated. Would any of you like to say anything to her?
Oi, with the reward we're getting, I'd say it's all worth it. Wouldn't you say so, Nadar? With drinks like these.
Where's the tavern?
Alright, here, take my flask. You'll be fine with it. Just
we normally have a tavern, but with the festival you don't even need one. There's going to be vendors all over the place serving ale and all sorts of drinks. You are welcome to any of it.
Nadar. There's literally a man serving drinks right behind you, Nadar.
I didn't see that.
Oh, remember, mate. Start easy and ease yourself into. We got all day for this.
Nadar just starts chugging back beers and ales.
What was that?
Out of character question. What time of day is it?
Right now, it's going to be 4 or 5 p.m.
Okay.
Give or take. So it's getting around, time to party, as it were.
Yeah. Yeah. The pleasure was ours. We're happy to help you guys. I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
Please make sure to eat. There's no shortage of vendors and stuff here that will have food. They all know exactly that you are the adventurers that made this possible. So please go to whoever you like. They will give you anything you want. Again, we're very thankful. I'm
Don't mind if I do. I am going to find myself a game of chance and see if we can make a little money while we're here. Alright, fellas? You see me in a bit. You see.
You and your gambling problem.
It's not a gambling problem as much as it is a money problem, and gambling is the solution.
Whatever you say.
I'm young, but that didn't make sense to me. Did that make sense to any of you?
Don't worry about it, my friend. It does not have to make sense to you, just to him. Let him go and roll his dicey thingies.
Oh, okay. If it's all the same to you now, I will take my leave. One of the people you rescued was my brother, so I'm going to go spend time with him now. Thank you again so much.
Stay away from the dice and the drinks. You don't want to turn out like them.
I am inclined to agree. Also, the short one could use a bath. But
quick question before you leave, my friend.
Yes.
Who exactly sent you? Now that we have returned with the peoples and, you're not in danger of being found out for coming to get us, who sent you?
Aiden.
Okay. I'm going to find my own drink.
Okay. Bye. She just kind of scampers off at this point. So, at this point, you guys have a little bit of free roam. What would you like to do?
What food vendors are there?
Yes.
I'm gonna look for food
You are
vendors.
in what, as you look around, or what's considered a capital, a rather nice and large city, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a visual here.
I am going to go find the pie. They have the best pie.
If you pull up the stream, you'll have a visual. Pretty grandiose city here that has a lot going on for it.
Oh, shit.
You're going to be on the other side of that, and I'll have an image for you later. But yeah, large city, a lot going on, a lot of different type of cultural stuff mixed in. So there's seems to be food and drinks from many different places. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to go find the pie. Would anyone else like pie?
Absolutely.
And Dara's
Let's
busy
go
just
get-
chugging back
Apple
alcohol.
pie is their best.
Okay, so Zyle and Ayla are going to go look for pie. Is anyone going to join them, or are you all going to kind of do your own thing?
I'm gonna
It is-
stay close to Nadar for a little bit.
Probably not an awful decision. Elberth and
gonna-
Mark, what about you?
We got a gambler and a drunk in our group. I don't know what we are doing.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know how
look,
we come this far with a drunk and a gambler.
I'm gonna look for some vendor, maybe some seafood or something.
You're going to do that. So Idris is going to go with Zyle and Ayla. Miss Elberth, what are you going to do?
I think I'll go with them as well.
Okay. So four
Not-
folks
but
looking for...
hesitantly looking about like, do we leave the gambling? Yeah, they're on their own. We're done.
Alright,
All right.
then my friends, I will show you best place to get pie. And if we are lucky, they will also have blueberry muffins. Now, they only make them when the blueberries are just ripe enough so they are perfect. They don't make non-perfect muffins. Only perfect blueberry muffins. So if we are lucky, they will have them.
Some literal bystander just walking by and is like, inconvenient for you. It's season. They're ripe. Just
Bless
keep
you.
walking by.
As they're walking away, I'm gonna get up on a table. I will gamble 2 gold pieces to any man here that this dwarf can drink any one of you under the table. Take me. I'm taking all bets for the next hour. Come in. I can cover it all.
All right.
No,
You four
it's-
just kind of look back and you hear it, but quickly a bunch of people were very enthused and just kind of gather around, and there's about to be a drink off right there. We're-
You may want to be careful. That is a second hobby of most people in this area. Just saying.
for-
Oh no!
Good luck.
We got this one, Ada. I can feel it in my bones.
So we're gonna let that go on for now. We're gonna stick with the 4 that are looking for pie. So as you guys are kind of walking through, just kind of Ayla's kind of scouting about because she's fairly familiar with the area and is just looking for where this would be. Idris is going to begin to talk to all of you, and he's kind of has like a puzzled, confused type of look. And he says, "My friends, I think I had a dream last night. I don't.
You have a dream.
It's been a long time since I could dream, but I think that's what happened.
How did
All-
you feel when you awoke? I know when I have like super vivid dream, my emotions have no idea what to do with themselves.
Confused.
That sounds better, right?
It was in a forest. Not much unlike the one we were just in, but not the same, so somewhere different, I think. It's hard to remember. It feels very fragmented. I can remember pieces, but not the whole thing. Is this... I don't remember. Is that normal?
Yeah. It is normal to go through whole dream, and while you're in it, you remember everything, and then as soon as you wake up, small bits start to fade out.
Okay. I'm also slightly concerned because people like Elberith and I Azamars are known for having visions while we sleep as well, to where it could have not been a dream, but could have been seeing parts of the future.
Did any of it feel familiar?
No. It all felt strange and absent of light. Maybe
Elbereth, what
Evil.
do you say? You have more knowledge of this than I do.
Were you with anyone else?
it's like, didn't know Mark was here. Say, Mark, you weren't with the group, were you?
I thought you said the four of you guys. So
Elbereth, Zyle, Ayla, and Idris.
Yeah, there's four besides me. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
If you want to be a spy, that's it.
Seafood. Sorry.
Okay, go ahead, Elbereth.
Usually I feel like I can usually tell the difference between the dream and a vision, because the visions tend to be more clear and stick around, and you wake up knowing that you need to do something, and the dream's like something that comes from within you, and those are the ones that are usually fuzzier. So, did you wake up with a sense of purpose?
I don't know. A lot of those feelings and emotions no longer process the same way for me as it used to. It's hard to say. All I know is
I smell pie.
there was forest and then a hooded figure, and he was holding someone, I think. And then it became fuzzy, and then darkness. Just darkness. The vision felt like it was still going, but it was darkness.
Maybe you're worn out from
Yeah,
all of this.
we are all worn out.
Is it possible that I'm going to die?
I do not know that, my friend. Either way, if you had a dream that foretold the future, is there any way that you could even possibly change it?
We typically do not believe such of tempting or trying to get over on fate. It typically is what it is.
Alright then. Well then I say right now, let us just continue on with the celebration. These people have so much desire to give us. There's the pie.
Ah, yes. The round pastry dessert with things inside of it.
That is right. Alright, what kind of pie does everyone want? Apple pie is best, pecan is also acceptable.
Well, after what you folks did, you are welcome to whatever type of pie you would like. I tell you, honestly, you can take the whole table if you want it.
No, we do not need to stuff ourselves silly on just pie. Also, blueberry muffins. Have any? Please say yes.
Oh, the blueberry, yes, very good.
Alright, we will each take
Do you want
2
one?
blueberry muffins.
My bearded friend,
and
this will go really well in your beard. Like you could save it for later and eat some more of it all day long. It's great. He hands you a pie. He doesn't even ask. So, Zyle, what is your response to this?
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
this guy. He
Yes.
smiles and goes about his business, telling everybody about pies. Seems quite enthused about pies.
Well, who wants a piece of pie?
All right. Yes. Let us all begin. It's good pie.
Okay. While you guys start digging on pies, we're going to begrudgingly go back to the drink off. At this point, we see Nadar just taking one back. There's about 8 or so passed out elves at the table that are kind of on the ground now that have just passed out. And you still go in, and you have another one just like kind of eyeballing them and just drinking.
Oh, that's right, Nadar. Keep going. We're so close.
As that one passes out and you have another one, you have like a brief moment of victory, and then suddenly you just hear like a kind of like a deep, thunderous voice, like, "All right, my turn." And there's seemingly a 8-foot tall, just behemoth of a human, just kind of walks up, big boy, big boy, just kind of sits down, has a drink that is way larger than any drink should be made, just kind of puts it down. Just looks at Nadar. He's like, "All right, let's see what you really got."
Give me 5 more.
I take a look at. Can I, from my past knowledge of Nadar, how
Okay.
good does he look right now?
Honestly, well, roll me a perception check. We'll do a roll. Why not?
The first roll of the campaign that isn't session 0.
19.
It was a what?
19.
That's it's hard to really diagnose because Nadar is drunk all the time. So he looks kind of like he normally is. The only difference is the speech is more slurred than normal. So he's definitely drunk, but you don't have any reason to believe that it's an automatic loss other than the guy being giant.
Oh, yeah. Hi, fella. A little comment for you before we start. I'd like to see the clink before you drink. So if you could put the gold on the table before you start, that'd be great.
He doesn't even hesitate, just slams it down.
What do you say? I see you're a strapping young fella, of course. What do you say if we double that? You know, I could put four gold pieces on the table, and then you could put another 2, and we call it a great deal. You know.
Kind of just leans in, looks serious at you. I'll put 50.
Oh, you're talking a little bit outside my price range. You see, I've just taken these fellas' money, and I don't want to take that much off of you.
At that point, he's going to lean back and try to get the crowd into it. It's like, "Oh, what's wrong? Your little dwarf friend's scared to drink against me?"
You see, he's not
Don't
scared.
challenge me. You and those 5 drinks now.
You're great. You're a champ. You can outdrink anybody. It's just I don't have the cash on me right now to support a wager so large.
Well, it would be
So
a pretty nice thing to have an established adventurer such as yourself owe me a favor or money. So you can just do an
10 of my own
IOU.
gold. I also put 10 gold on the table. If he's not gonna pay it, I'll pay it.
no, settle down. I'll give you a deal. That sounds good to me. I don't mind, owing people favors.
All right. So you agree to the drink off?
All right, yeah, of course.
So the big guy and the dart just kind of stare each other down, give a little cheers, slap it, pull it back, and then we go back to the pie. Back over to the pie. Mark, have you joined up with a group now, or are you still off doing your thing?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Okay, how long did it take me to find some seafood, I guess?
Oh, not long at all.
depends
Like
on
there's so much variety everywhere. You would have walked right into one.
All right. Yeah, then I guess I probably would have made it back to the party.
Okay, so we'll just have Mark kind of just walking with like a little, portable basket of seafood, just kind of enjoying whatever his preference is of fish as he meets up with the group. And we have, we're all, Idris wouldn't be because he doesn't eat, but would all three of you be partaking in the pie? That a yes?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so by the time Mark gets back with you guys, he's just walking, he's eating fish, you guys are chowing down on pie.
Mark, you have joined us. Have some pie. It's great. Also, muffin. Must have muffin.
Just positioning things. Yeah, I guess I could take a piece of pie.
Ah.
Oof, pie and fish.
Ayla wasn't kidding. This is top quality stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best.
You just hear
Muffins.
the pie guy, and I guess it's just, this guy. You're just like, why?
This guy.
Zyle pointedly avoids eye contact with him.
Probably confused at how in the world he hears you. He's about a good 20 to 30 feet away.
You don't think this guy had anything to do with the bird creatures, do you? He's giving me a weird vibe.
No.
This guy.
He's fine. He's famous baker here. Do you happen to know where the sukiyaki is?
Sukiyaki. What's that?
It's a famous dish. There are so many vendors, so many wonderful smells of food. I'm trying to find the sukiyaki or the tempura. Ooh, tempura.
At this point, Ayla, you're gonna kind of hear in the distance, not yelling, but just like a kind of soft voice. Is that? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Is this Himitsu I'm talking to?
Ahmed Himitsu.
Hey.
My friend, how are you?
Just kind of gives like the classic high five turned into hug shake for you, for like smiling and smiling, going back, like, just gives you a big hug and kind of twirls you around a few times before putting you back down.
Friend.
Sorry, my friend. I just haven't seen you in so long.
No kidding. It has been years. I am so sorry.
Oh, sweet goodness, your accent is still so freaking thick.
You really expect it to go away.
I mean, a guy can hope. I mean, it's just, how you been?
I've been good. Also, it is not like you have started speaking proper like most monks around here either. So,
when exactly have I ever been one for fitting with the mold?
I'm sure Kohelet gets on you about it every day.
Oh,
he speaks so proper. I've never met a monk who speaks so proper.
Probably daily, give or take, but I like to focus on other things,
How is Kohelet?
Pretty good. I mean, honestly, didn't feel like a whole lot's changed since you left. It's kind of same thing going on, more or less. From time to time, he gets sleepier than he used to.
Sleepier?
Yeah,
I cannot see that of him. He has many, many hundreds of years left in him.
That or he's just getting lazy and just wants us to do the work. I'm not sure. One or the other.
That is definitely more likely that he is just getting lazy. I mean, he was trying to put so much on us before I left.
That's fairly true, but tell me, my friend, the open world outside of the city, what's it like?
Oh, Amika. It is vast, obviously. You have been outside more than I had been before I left here.
Not as but surely not as far as you by this point.
There are many monsters that we did not know of, I can tell you that much.
Oh.
Also, there are so many more foods. I mean, the capital here does a wonderful job at bringing in most exotic foods, but there are so much more, my friend.
Oh, no.
So much more.
This I have to see, because the foods here are pretty wonderful. I don't know.
Yes,
This
one
sounds
day.
like hogwash to me. Have you been brainwashed by somebody?
No, my friend. If I had been brainwashed, I would not have this accent, and you know that.
That's true. That's true. No one would brainwash you and keep that atrocity intact.
Yeah. Anyways,
I kid, my friend. You know I'm just giving you a hard time, and we always have.
yes, always. Have you seen my family? How are they?
Yeah, just looks around. They're doing great, all things considered.
Yeah. The twins that they find?
When they can pay attention.
Sounds like them. Troublemakers they are.
Yeah, they've broken about 3 tents over the past 2 weeks.
That sounds
From
about right for
playing
them.
tag. I don't know what kind of tag they're playing when they keep falling 20 feet from a roof through a tent.
My siblings, they are wonderful.
Has one word for it.
How is my brother?
Strong. Stern.
Sounds about right. Firstborn?
He misses you.
Yes. I shall see him one day. Not now.
He said you'd say that.
I have so much of the world yet to see.
He said you said that too.
Of course he would. He knows me best. And our kingdom seems to be doing very well. Yes. I mean, they obviously are flourishing with how much of the festivities are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And our king must be very happy. See? Yeah.
He just... The king and your brother both are definitely trying their best to do what they can for the betterment of the capital.
Yeah.
All things considered,
Good.
you know, it's kind of weird with you not here and that whole situation.
Yes. Let's not talk about the situation. That is neither here and there.
Okay, fine.
Things
Goodness,
will
didn't
come
mean to
about in
step on
time,
any
no?
toes. Goodness, start speaking English. Maybe I'll be able to understand you better and all that
I am
yammering.
speaking the English, my friend.
No
It
one
is not
calls it
my
the
fault that you
English,
cannot
it's just called
understand.
English.
I am speaking English, friend.
You're doing it again.
I was born in the same country as you. I don't know what the problem is.
I think you were dropped as a baby.
I was not
Potentially.
dropped as a baby.
I don't know where you got your mom. Doesn't even talk like that.
This is true. That my sibling, the younger siblings still have accent. Yes.
A little bit. Most of it is just egregious yelling as they fall through tents. So it's not really accented.
Sounds about right with them. But then again, they also like to play with their voice and make different accents and throw their voice to make trouble.
Okay,
Impersonators.
listen. Nothing would make me happier than to sit here and to catch up with you all day. But I have some stuff I have to do at the monastery, so I got to get back.
Yes, Kohelet has probably given you many tasks, Lily Bum, but I understand, my friend.
Quite a few, but if you go around the corner, just over to the left, you'll find your favorite food.
Yes. Thank you, my friend.
Don't say I didn't
Hug.
do anything for you. Big hug.
Hi,
He
my
just
friend.
wraps you up and just like squeeze you, puts you back down.
You are trying to push the accent out of me. Ugh.
Takes a look at the Zyle, Elberth, and Mark, and he just goodbye, the rest of you. Thank you for accompanying her. I'm sure she has not been easy to deal with. I will take my leave. He kind of smiles at you and walks off.
That was my classmate, Amika. We knew each other at the temple.
All right.
At this point, as you can hear in the distance, a local wizard had actually conjured some fireworks. So there's literally flashes of green and blue and red and purple. Some of you have seen it before, some of you haven't, so some of you might be a little confused. As you four are talking, you kind of hear in the distance just some loud cheering and what is only at this point just pure nonsensical murmuring from what sounds like a large individual and what you think is a Nadar. It's like, "Roar!" And there's just crowd starts cheering again, and that's all you hear. So it sounds like it's still going.
Sounds like the drunk party is going well over there.
And your friend said you were the one that was hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Nah, he knows nothing of Nadar.
Clearly.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
You just you hear again and just this guy.
Z, keep doing this.
Alright, let us go around corner, find the pork cutlet. Da, go.
Okay, you guys go there. We're going to go back to the drink off.
That's something you never thought you had to say.
No,
This shouldn't be a surprise.
Was
but
not-
I want to. I want to cheat.
well, hold on. So you get back, and
Okay.
the large individual has passed out, and when he passed out, it broke the table that you were on. But nonetheless, Nadar, even though at this point is sloshed, just can't make words, but he's still standing. So you did win.
Okay. Great job, Nadar. Like I say, you're a true champ. A true chum to boot. As we agreed, 20% for you, 80% for the group. You know, the rest of everybody. I'll distribute it, because obviously you're in the state you're in now. So I'll take care of that. Where should we go next? Great idea. You stay here. I'll go make sure to find everybody else. Barkeep. Whoever's serving drinks. Anyone?
Your barkeep's gonna come up to you and just without even the one you specifically asked for is just carrying ale. So he's just already has 2 adult-sized glasses for you, just right here.
I'm gonna pull out one of the coins from the bag and hand it to him.
Oh,
Can you just make sure?
Yes,
Just make sure you take care of him. Don't lose him. Make sure he's happy. Keep him well drunk. That'd be great.
You want me to babysit a dwarf?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to like sit on him. Like just be around.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I add disadvantage? Because of how crazy I am.
I have a +6 on my persuasion.
Okay.
So I'm really good at persuasion.
We'll say with
So I got
we'll say with disadvantage because you have an incredibly drunk dwarfs with you. So
Okay.
this seems like a
So
daunting
I got
task.
a 16 and a 13. So 13 plus 6 is
13?
19.
Okay, with a
13 plus 6,
19. Okay, so
19.
very begrudgingly, he's just gonna take the coin from you. Like,
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
I will try. I've had a few dealings with dwarves that I promise nothing. But
No, trust me. He's not a handful. He's perfectly fine.
He looks
But
at
you-
Nadar, who has somehow caught a squirrel, and is just.
Say perfectly harmless. As long as you kill him, keep him well away from being sober at any time. And then I dash off
He does.
to find the others.
I'm sorry. He doesn't need to be so. Okay. Just scratches his head. Just looks at him. All right then. And then we pan back to the other 4. Idris, as you guys are around the corner, you have reached Ayla's favorite food and are beginning to talk to that. Idris kind of like looks up and kind of looks in the area as if he is focused on something. And then suddenly tells all of you, he's like, "Excuse me, my friends. I'll be right back." And he literally teleports out.
That was odd.
Is this typical Idris behavior? Has he done this with us before, or?
He literally did it on the battlefield.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen him teleport many times.
I'm sure he's fine. He's fine.
Okay. So you guys have each been presented with the offer of Ayla's favorite food. Are you partaking, or are you full at this point?
I think I'm about getting full.
Okay.
We gonna keep eating, buddy.
Zal
Just
says,
have
"Right."
eat.
Can I show up, find them?
Yeah.
Yep.
So at this point, a smiling ear-to-ear Millard shows up, kind of counting coins as he's coming.
Guys, I have some great news. We were able to generously relieve a fellow patron of much of his wealth, and I've come with glad tidings to distribute said wealth. So I start handing out 10 gold to each person.
Each of you get 10 gold.
Well,
Alright.
That's based on the 50 I won. Yeah.
Excluding previous winnings.
Well, the previous winnings I gave to you, so you'll actually have 10 gold.
We'll tell you. I'll tell you. It was 100 total. So Millard and Nadar are actually both gonna have 25.
Because I thought it was
And then
seven people, so that was 14.
Some of them
So
tried. Some of them tried to up you.
Okay.
So Millard and Nadar, you both get 25 each. The rest of you get 10 each.
Well,
We'll just split it that way. Make it easy. Screw math. Just let it happen.
Alright.
Okay.
Note you are absent part of our company here.
Oh yeah, I've got someone to keep track of him. We'll pick him up when he's done. You know how he is.
You hear the
Zion.
dentist?
The poor
No,
sap you
no,
got
no,
this
no.
time.
Put that down, please. You just hear crashing.
It's gonna be fine.
Alright, we have had best food. Now time to go. Let's go.
All right,
We
where are you
can
guys
leave.
going?
We go on next adventure.
So, Matthew, since we are not level 1 technically right now, right? Would I have access to lesser restoration?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the thing.
Oh, okay.
He did the thing.
Okay.
He's gonna do
Hold
the
on,
thing.
guys. I'm gonna go find about Nadar real quick.
Yeah,
At
that's
this
probably
point, can
best, I guess.
I show up stumbling all over the place?
Even better.
Just having
So, okay,
drunkenly
so
wandered
Nadar
away.
is just going to show up with like an elf, just drastic, like tragically trying to hold on to his shirt. He's just kind of like dragging him like a dog. He's like, please stop. Oh, good, you're here. Okay, he's back. Bye. Just runs back to his tent.
Man, it's really hard to find any reliable help.
Give Nadar a friendly clap on the shoulder and just kind of stealthily put lesser restoration on him.
Since, I mean, Nadar in a blink, you are sober.
Alright.
This becomes the most serious you've ever seen him. Just it was like that. He walks off and goes back to and then gets a couple drinks and comes back, drinking each one.
Nadal, my friend, have muffin. Oh, great
Shit
with you.
muffins.
This muffin.
Yeah. You
Just
should
downs
eat
it in
some.
2 bites.
You should eat some, Nadar. Not
Dial
just...
and Elbreth.
Drinking.
Zyle and Elbreth, make a perception check for me.
That is a dirty 20.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Where is my roll? 14.
Okay. Elbreth, you don't notice anything with a 14, but Zyle with a dirty 20, even though this is a capital and there's a whole bunch of different type of people running around, a lot of different visuals, different aesthetics, different races, like, I mean, it's kind of just a mishmash of a whole bunch of different things. Do you notice one person that seems to stand out for some reason, although you can't fully pinpoint why? But this figure is moving kind of in the thick of the crowd, kind of disappearing, going to a back way, and is hooded.
I can't really make out any details about him, I assume.
Nope. You just get some form of weird instinctive feeling. You don't know what, but it's just everybody else seems to be partying and having a good time. This one doesn't.
Did anyone notice him?
What's up?
I kind of point to the direction I last saw him.
No one's there.
My friends, I have found the popcorn.
Yep. So no one is there anymore. So it's just what you saw.
Who are you talking about, Zaya?
I don't know. It's just somebody that was not exulting as much as everyone else and being a little shifty, but you know how I get.
Yeah.
All right, we have had the good food and the good drink. It is time to go.
You want me to take a look around?
I've seen it all before.
At this point, Idris is going to pop right in front of you, and like right in front of Nadar, to which Nadar's just gonna like actually like fall over because he was not expecting that.
Spilling a drink or
spilling the beer halfway into his mouth, halfway over his face, just kind of a little bit of both.
Who is near?
Sorry,
at
my
this
friend.
Time? Who's near everyone at the time?
You were all near each other.
Oh, okay.
We're all in this.
Yeah, you're
Alright.
all near each other, and now Idris is back. He accidentally teleported almost on top of Nadar. He's like, I am sorry, my friend. And he just kind of reaches out to the nearest tent that there seems to be ale at every tent, and just grabs another one and just like pulls you up. Here, my apologies.
You know, Idris, no matter how many times you do that, you scared the bejesus out of me.
I still don't know what
makes
that
two of
is,
us.
but noted. I still do not know what that is, but no.
Where did you go, my friend?
I think I found the field that I was telling you all about in my dream.
Wait a second. You had a scary dream about the man and you think you're going to die because of it, and you go and find the field?
Yes.
Why would you willingly go to a place where you probably might die?
It makes sense to me.
I did not
I would
know.
stay far away from that field.
I did not know for sure. It is actually not as far away as I had initially thought. It is just on the other side, on the outside of the capital. It was actually fairly nice. There wasn't anything there.
It is nice field. Nothing there.
Okay.
At this point, the young elf that you guys met in session 0 and talked to a little bit earlier,
Yeah.
is going to walk up to you guys, and she looks spooked. Like, arguably worse than in session 0.
Okay.
You want to drink?
She is
Nada.
ignoring all of you and honing in specifically on Ayla.
Oh, there.
She's just kind of like looking left and right and like sweating, obviously panicking.
Speak. What is wrong?
Okay. I don't want to cause a panic, but I figured if anyone needs to know, it needs to be you. You would need to be the person that I would tell, or you would need the person that would need to know, so you can tell the rest of the group. So because you would be the right person to
Okay, I am the right person. Tell.
Some stranger has. Ayla, I'm sorry. Some stranger has kidnapped Aiden.
What? Take off.
Do what?
Takes off.
Where are you going?
You take off? She didn't even tell you where they went. She's like,
Hold up a
tries
minute.
to grab. Wait. I don't know where they're going, but I saw them like for him and some other things. I don't know what they were for, like taking him out
Do we hear this?
to the east end of the gate. I think they're trying to leave the capital.
Do we
You guys hear it.
this?
You hear it. She's just not talking to. She's like clearly talking to Ayla directly.
All right.
Is that in the way of the field?
Do what?
Is that the way of the field then?
Like the field that Aegis was talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know,
Okay.
but you do know the direction she's talking about.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I turn to my comrades and say, "My brother has been taken. I'm going."
Let's
And I
go.
start going off.
Let me come along. I come along as I'm running. I grab another ale. I just grab it out of a vendor.
That tracks.
But before you do, Idris is just gonna like put his hand on your shoulder. As you have my word. I will do everything in my power to not allow the same thing that happened to your father happen to your brother.
Thank you. Let's go before it's too late.
And is anybody staying? Or is everybody going?
Going.
Everybody's going?
Resolve.
All right. At this point, we are going to take a very brief break. We're going to stretch our legs. You guys can go to the bathroom, get some drinks, do whatever you want to. We're going to pick back up in 5 minutes.
Go get popcorn.
Take about a 5-minute
I'm gonna
break.
go make popcorn.
It is up to you guys. If you want me to leave this stuff on and you would like to interact with chat, I can. Or if you want to just have a BRB screen, we can do that. What would you
I
guys
will
like?
stay here and talk to chat.
Okay.
I can
Hello,
stay too.
chat.
Okay, for those who would like to stay. If you want to get up, move around, just mute your mic so you're not making too much noise. I myself am going
Anyone
to
who is
stretch my
new
legs for a
here-
second.
Just
We'll
know this is not my real accent. I
It
do
is
not have this
9:23
accent.
for me. We will pick back up at 9:30. Sound good for everybody?
Yep.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Goes to get muffin. I
I want a muffin. But
am choosing to stay in accent so I do not lose accent when we start back up. Just saying. Anyone have any questions about the game?
no, he turned off his webcam. He messed everything up.
You messed everything up! Richard,
I forgot that was the thing.
that is
That-
a thing.
that's
Now I'm
okay, he
Nadar.
fixed it.
Now I'm back.
Now, which Nadar are we talking about? Magma Shield or Mist?
Slavic sounds very similar. So even Ukrainian has very similar accent to Russian. So the reason for Russian accent, when I was in college, me and my friend would just talk to each other. Just one friend. We'd talk to each other in the Russian accent, and then I would get stuck in the Russian accent, and I would try to talk to my roommate who is from South Korea. And she'd get so mad at me because she would just be like, "Stop talking in the Russian accent," and I'd be like, "I can't, I'm stuck."
Das is
But
good.
now I
Das
usually
is
can go in and out
wunderbar.
of it pretty fine. It's obviously not the best accent, but it's the only accent that I can do on a continuous basis. So, there's that. Also, guys, don't forget to enter in. Where is it?
The
Enter into
giveaway.
the giveaway so you can win a This Is Fine sticker. You'll have a distinct lack of profanity in your accent. Well,
This is true.
I do not wish to have profanity in my accent, so.
But that's what makes you Russian.
But I can say, "Das vidanya, little." No, it does not. No, also, I once dated a guy who was really into, like, the Russian. And so I tried to learn the Russian, which is why we ended up me and my other friend had the Russian accent. I digress.
That's okay. Ra Rasputin, lover of the Russian queen.
Okay.
Never
When
heard
you
of
look at play
Rasputin?
by post, I'm playing. Nice. Do that, Liam.
Not allowed.
I have pipped up.
Every Russian accented person I've heard in person, they always manage to have at least one profanity in English.
Sounds about right.
Das is good. Das is wunderbar.
My husband made me popcorn. My brother has popcorn. Also, for those of you who do not know, me and the one marked Millard are siblings.
Yeah, that is good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Charlie! I'm so happy I've heard that recently.
Also, everybody, don't forget to go and follow our socials. Instagram, you can find us as Trials of Imagination. On Twitter, you can find us at TOI_DND. Did you
Yes.
know? Did I know what?
Dobra dan.
If you have any questions about that, you can direct that to me on
I looked at the
Yeah,
top.
everything's
Still not to the top yet.
Fortnite during the break. There's not enough time for a match.
Yeah, not enough time for match, Miss Fortune.
Urlock, do you know the word polechinke? It is a real word.
Oh, look, trying so hard.
Polechinke.
If you join 2-Bit's
Fun,
Discord,
it's fun to say.
that is fun to say, but I'm not going to try and say it otherwise. I'll butcher it.
Polechinke.
You can join his Discord below, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, the community Discord. You can PM me on there, or you can also PM Becky, who is not here right now. That's fine. If you have any questions, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Pop,
I feel like the
And
other one
then
out now
pop
for not having a
my
snack.
heart. Pop goes my heart.
Das ist gut.
Ubit,
Das
did you
ist
want to play a game
wunderbar.
like we played last time and give points like we gave last time?
Not right now. I think that's
Okay.
a good thing specific to the last one. We can try and come up with something
If
new
you-
for this one. Me personally, but we can,
Are you
talk
ready
about that
for
later.
early?
You can figure that out off stream.
Right.
3, 2, 1, go.
I guess we should wait for the extra minute because there might be some of the spectators
Super
who
important
are
question.
expecting us to start in a minute.
Trying to get to 10k.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
important
Name
question
an NPC.
for chat. Anyone who was here last time,
Are
or
you still
I
talking in
lost
an
the
accent?
accent. I'm losing it. This is why I was trying to stay in it over the break, but I lost it. I got out of it. We'll see if it comes back.
Okay.
Should we bring George back somehow?
Well, George,
Jim may come back as a zombie. We don't
George
know.
is a chicken.
Should
for any
George
of you
just
that don't
fly
know.
in and save us
Yeah.
all from something?
George is with Azalea.
It's a literal chicken.
Some music. Go.
I think we could make it into a musical, but it's gonna have to be like all sea shanties.
Yeah, because that's the only way you
What do you
could
do with a
ever
drunken
make
sailor?
I'm for
delay
that.
work.
Yep.
There once was a.
Nadar, did you get, or excuse me, Lava, did you get an answer from your dad on what he's doing with the internet tonight?
Yeah, he can't because he has all the kids set up to the same time limit thing.
All right, so
Otherwise, he would change my time limit.
sure.
Why can't you just tell them to get off?
So it's
Well, no, it's not. It's not. That's not the issue. It's the fact that it'll get everyone else to go to bed at 11.
It's 9:30, so we'll try and be quick about this. So I'm going to move the players to a new screen.
That was
Going to-
weird.
Pull it up here now.
What do you do with a drunken nigga?
You guys
What
have
do you do with a drunken nigga? What do you do
followed
with a drunken
Ayla.
nigga?
You guys have followed Ayla to roughly the point you were talking about. There was no one spotted there, so the next logical conclusion was just to go out the gate. As the info you have was that they just seemed to be trying to leave the capital. So you guys are out in the forest now. On your guys' screen is roughly ahead of you, mostly blocked off.
The whole thing's
Yep.
black.
Yeah, it's just a black screen with my token on it.
Yep.
The
For
whole
me,
thing's
I-
black?
No, it's
Congrats.
not.
No, there's
all
like a
black.
circle and all our tokens are in it.
Yeah.
I don't see
There's
the
the circle of vision. There's a circle of vision that I
You
see.
reload it.
It might be a vision thing. Hold on. Let me double check. I tell you what.
Use
we'll
your
do.
imagination.
I'm doing a hard reload, so
Well, it could
Oh, is
be.
it because he doesn't have night vision, but the rest of us do?
It could be.
No, it's not too dark.
It could be that.
nope.
Yep, I'm just seeing blackness.
Yeah,
Well, then,
hold on.
that doesn't
Oh
make
yeah,
sense for me.
yeah. Because if I move my token, the circle moves with it. So yeah, I assume since he doesn't have night vision, he can't see spots.
There we go. I just had to move it around a bit.
There we
Okay.
go.
Is everybody good now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Da.
Okay.
Das ist wunderbar.
That's German.
I know. Hans gets a Flammenwerfer.
Guys, he's so drunk he's speaking German.
When did
Okay.
you even learn German?
That is German.
I'm the Swede who went up the hill and came down with all the bananas.
Okay. Are we ready to play?
Maybe.
Are we ready to play?
All right. So let
I'm
me.
sorry, let me compose myself. I haven't heard that quote in a hot minute. Oh man.
All right. So as you guys move forward, you finally reach the point to where you see more or less a character in the distance. And I'm going to move Ayla back a little bit. I'm going to put you back right there, roughly. Yeah. We're going to have it kind of right there. And this gentleman is going to see you. He's still hooded, so even though you can see the token there, you don't really have an idea of what this man looks like. And he's just going to kind of hold his hand out like, that's far enough. So, nice to meet you all. How are you all
Nice
doing?
Right.
to meet us. Who are you and where is my brother?
Ooh. So feisty. Well, my name is not important. What is important is all of you.
Alcohol is important.
He kind of just turns his head.
What do you want?
Don't mind him. If we're so important, could you tell us why, or at least give us a hint?
I suppose that would be something that could be done. You see, you've drawn the attention of, well, how shall I put this? People above both of our pay grades, yes?
What does that mean?
It might
You'll
depend,
see.
mate, on what your pay grade is.
And Zyle, you having some of the history you do, you have more of a sense what he might be talking about than the rest. Mark, given what you're doing, you kind of run into what seems like an invisible wall. But you ran into it right here.
Okay.
You're going forth and it's like you don't see anything, but you reach your hands out and it's just as if a concrete wall were in front of you. To which he looks at you. No, trying to get to the surprise early, shall we?
This fella you say is above our pay grade and above yours. So he's a powerful man.
He kind of just squints at you and then looks back at Ayla and just completely dodges the question. You, my dear, I believe you know this gentleman I have beside me, yes? And you look and see Aiden is unconscious. He does not appear hurt in any way. He's just unconscious.
What did you do to my brother? Why?
Nothing. Yet, well, I did give him a bit of a spell to make him sleep. He was a bit non-compliant. You see, he didn't really want to come with me, so I had to do things to make it work. Wasn't my first choice, but here we are.
What do you want?
Straight to the point.
Obviously.
I can respect that.
There's no point in going around it.
As I've said, you've attracted the attention of something. And that something has sent me. That something has sent me here. Something, someone. It goes by many things.
And what does that thing want?
Amusement.
Show him your face. I'm sure he'll get amusement out of that.
My dear, that's not a very good tone to be talking to someone holding your brother at life's grasp.
You said he was asleep. You said you did not hurt them.
I haven't. Yet.
You
Can I
say
do
this
an
fellow...
arcana on the wall?
At this point, he just reaches down and he has a pretty sharp fingernails and just makes a slit across his arm.
Well,
Leave him alone.
And his arm just
no need to be
begins
so hasty, mate. You say this fella wants entertainment. That's what you're saying.
That is
We're
what I
not-
said.
It's not like we're a band of jongleurs here.
Are you drunk as well? Do I need to repeat myself?
No, I'm just saying.
What'd you say?
Trying to be calming.
The drinks here?
You were literally in the forest. No.
We're not a band of entertainers. We're not some troupe.
We are not.
I'm not sure we can possibly provide the kind of entertainment you're looking for.
Oh, I would disagree. I think you.
Can I do an
More
arcana?
plainly, sir.
Can I do an
Sorry, what?
arcana check on the wall?
Go for it. What'd you say, Albert?
Okay.
Can you speak more plainly? And just what kind of amusement are you looking for?
Death.
Does
You
not sound
see,
amusing.
That's
perhaps not
non-amusement.
to you, But you're not the one trying to be amused, are you? No, 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 no. You see, they want to see what you do when presented with
Okay.
an impossible situation.
You know, the more you talk, the less entertained I am.
I
Millard,
rolled a total of 23.
23. You gather that this is some very, very strong magic, although it feels like something more than magic, and you can't put your finger on what. It feels like something elevated.
Okay.
So you know enough to, like, it feels like it's rooted in magic, but something seems to be giving it strength.
Mhm.
Millard, Elbreth, and Zyle, give me a perception check.
It is a big old 9.
15.
7.
All right, Elbreth, you know that you are in a forest. That is about the extent of what you've
Tree?
gathered.
Is that a tree?
Zyle, about the same. You don't really gather a whole lot.
That's a nice tree.
I like that tree. That is a nice tree. Millard, on the other hand, just with your rogue skills, you both hear and smell something very close. And not unlike the battle before you, you have this sense of something's here, but you can't see it.
Hi, everyone. Smell something.
Mhm.
Something's close by.
Oh, did I not mention? Yes, I was not foolish enough to come alone. At this point, as if right in front of you, everything starts to appear. Now, I don't know if it's going to show up on Roll20 because this is the easiest way for me to hide and unhide stuff. So if you will, just take a gander on Twitch and you're going to begin to see a bit of a problem that you fellows have found yourselves in.
What is this?
I was hoping we'd be able to settle this with words instead of
So
any
you
sort
wish
of
to see us
hostilities.
by?
Oh,
You are literally surrounded by wolves and werewolves. They're
Are
not
these
doing
friends of yours?
they're not doing anything, which is very shocking given what these are, but they seem to be held in place as if by command.
Are these friends of yours?
I don't know if I would call werewolves friends, but they are, let's say, working with me, thankfully. They're here to make sure you behave.
You obviously want some sort of deal, my good sir. You want something of us. So why not just go spit it out?
Please stop being cryptic.
We want
Well,
that
all right,
boy
then.
unharmed.
Well, all right then. No fun by any of you, I see. As I said, they want to be entertained, to see what you would do if given a troublesome situation. You see, these are not the only friends I have with me. No, no. There are many, many, many more. Not just wolves, mind you. And they are surrounding the capital as we speak. And if I should say but a word, they will bring it crumbling down to the very last brick of its foundation. All of which inside will perish.
What do you want of us?
Well, my dear, see, that's where it gets to the fun part, of which I can't help but imagine you are not going to be very much on board with. But they have a sick sense of humor. You may spare your capital and your village and all the people within it. And all you have to do is just take one life.
Can it be yours?
Seems like a fair trade, no? One life for the spare of many.
Your life seems to work.
Oh no,
No.
they do not want mine. I am not what they are looking for. No, they want something more dark. How about I make this easy for you? I have a body right here.
No.
Well, seems like a pretty answer to me, so we just... Shall I
If it
take down
means
the
more
capital?
party, I want more to drink for free.
Not. I will take my life. That is fine. Just let him go.
No. This is not how it works, my dear. There are but two options before you. Lose the capital and all of its residents, or lose your brother.
No. Mine.
It's not how the game works, my dear.
What?
Begins just kind of looking at the rest of you. And as he looks around, when he looks at Zyle specifically, there's a bit of a twitch. And his hand kind of twitches a little bit, but then regains himself, looks around.
What is wrong with
Begins
my
looking
life
back around.
that you will not take? I'm just as important as he.
I told you, my dear, I'm not the one making the decisions here. I'm simply the
Well,
messenger.
then ask your friends if they could take mine instead.
You do
If
not.
they want entertainment, he can come and claim my life. I'll make it entertaining for him.
Again, you all just keep trying to change the game. You cannot change the game. This is how it works.
Ayla, I'm not really one to give up in these situations. But I can say that's your brother. And I don't really care about no posh elves in the capital. Not
Well,
that
you
I'm
see-
saying it's the right thing to do. But
You s-
if
you
it
see,
was between
perhaps-
my brother and them, I'd pick my brother every time.
Yes,
Ah.
but you do not know what you speak.
Yes. See, my dear lad, that would be logical, but perhaps what our friend here has not told the group is that the rest of her family is in the capital. Oops.
It is not just my brother's life, but if he is gone, it is my life as well. So they might as well just take mine and leave him be.
My dear, they are far too interested in you being alive to claim you for the moment.
Then they must make a different game.
What say the rest of you?
So, would a nat 20 hit the body with the javelin?
No.
Wall will block it.
Nope. If you choose to throw that, it's going to hit a wall. 'Cause
Well,
my
he
mark-
wants the guy dead. So,
I mean, if you want to throw it, go for it.
well, like I've been throwing it like it's aimed at the body, sort of.
You throw it. Not
Oh,
only
wow.
does it hit the wall, it disintegrates as it goes into the wall. Just
Oh, so I can't get it back.
I do not have been aiming at my brother.
it is gone. He just again looks at you. Now,
But I was gonna play a game.
that's not how this works. I made this very simple. I give you a decision. I'm starting to lose my patience. Make a decision,
make a
or
new
I will
game.
make one for you.
So make a new game.
No game. No one agreed to this one. This is terrible game. Pick different.
I just
Why
tried
do
to
they want
play
me
a
alive
game and I
anyways? You
couldn't.
said they have more interest in me being alive.
You
Why?
all are so outside of your depth and you don't even understand it. You are but a minor annoyance, a speck that is just...
Then why bother with us?
I don't want to bother with you. Why would I be here mixing with you peasants?
Beckons, you know who you are in front of.
I have a slight proposal. I, of course, am a gentleman who enjoys a good game. As you see, I've advised my friend to play along with yours, but if I might add something to the game, perhaps we make an additional wager on top of it.
He just kinda
Something
looks at you with a blank stare and does not reply.
something that I think you, or whoever you serve, might find entertaining. A simple card game, perhaps, but with more drastic consequences than the ones you put forward.
He's got squints at you. My patience is growing very, very thin. I don't know how much more plainly I could have made this.
Exactly.
I don't design
That's what
the
I'm saying.
game. You think
Your game
I'm
is
the
far
one
too
making
simple.
the rules here? I'm but nearly as much of a pawn as the rest of you. I'm simply on
Maybe
the right
I shouldn't be
side.
talking to you. I'm simply saying this game is far too simple. Perhaps we need one more interesting, more entertaining.
My dear boy, if you think you're going to win a mind chess game with me, you are quite mistaken.
No,
Speak again,
I
and
mean
I will
no
not
offense.
hesitate to kill this boy right here.
Don't you dare lay a finger on him.
What about you,
If you kill him,
tall
then you'll
one?
have.
He's speaking to Elberth now. I think he might be muted.
Elbereth will like look at Ayla and how would Aiden feel though if he were to wake up and find that he was spared for the whole capital to be destroyed? What would Aiden want to do in this situation? And just kind of like not addressing the man, but just speaking to Ayla.
Know what my brother would want, but I do not wish that upon me.
Ah, now you are playing the game.
You know what you are asking of me. They do
Oh,
not.
I do. Do you think this is the first? Hardly. My dear,
And what
I've
is
seen
to
this
stop
more times than you
your
realize.
friends from... What is to stop your friends from wreaking more havoc after all this? I pick one, and you leave? What do you want? What is your long game?
Again, you keep asking you. I want nothing. I'm simply here. to
You know
deliver
what
a
I
task.
mean. What is their long game? What do they want of me?
Do you want
Oh.
to drink?
You presume that I know what they want of you? Oh, my dear. All I know is that you have piqued their interest.
So
a
all
good
you're saying
job,
is that we
whatever
piqued
you
their
did.
interest, you've come, stolen my brother, threatened his life, and that's all you were told to do.
Okay. My patience has reached its limit.
Answer my question.
He, at this point, grabs the boy's hair and pulls him up and is holding him at this way. We'll just make this easy. The boy dies.
No!
And he goes to pull out a blade. He's
I
getting
run
ready
at
to
the
make-
wall.
You run to the wall, you just hit it, you're just kind of sitting there. The wolves are not moving, they're all sitting straight in motion. At this point,
You coward! You won't even fight!
everything is kind of going to slow down, as if you're kind of just watching it still.
Not trying to counterspell the wall.
You can try.
Okay.
It will fail.
You're trying to counterspell.
How do I do that?
You can just say you want to counterspell.
Alright, I'm
Counter spell
Counter
counter.
spelling the wall.
I want to cast a spell.
Your magic hits it, and it's just as if like a little fissure just bzzz, but nothing. Ayla's still
Okay.
being on it. As stated before, it seems to be a baseline of magic, but something's amplifying this to a extreme level. Everything is kind of slowed down. You have Ayla just kind of like banging on the wall, making noises.
Rather
Everybody's
go. Take my life.
very concerned. He's starting to like reach the blade towards him.
Don't you dare touch him.
I love it. You're still talking in fast motion while I'm explaining it in slow motion.
Yeah.
Ayla's just saying all these things like as fast as she can, basically.
Uh-huh.
At this point, Idris is just kind of like looking forward and like looking like every direction, seeing that like you're surrounded. He's like obviously calculating like any possibility for how to counter this, and kind of just looks down.
I turn to Idris.
Okay.
I'm just like looking at him, pointing. Is there anything you can do?
He just finally looks at you. Yes. And he stamps his left foot on the ground, and when he does, a sigil surrounds him. And at the same time, a sigil somehow, literally right where Ayla's brother is, lights up, and in the blink of an eye, they switch places. And your brother is now where Idris was. And Idris is now where your brother was. And as that happens, like it's kind of like happening like one fluid motion. It's just gonna kind of move forward, and he just, as much as he can, is just kind of looking at you with a smile. And goes back to fast motion. It's a very deep cut around the throat. And the guy just looks kind of confused.
How long does it
And-
take us to like absorb that?
This is all happening instantaneous.
I'm looking back and forth, just
And
trying to figure it out.
Like
While
I'm banging on the wall, like, and I
Idris
see it.
is still alive with his last bit, he does hold his hand out, and you see Aiden disappear. He's gone. At this point, this guy is mad. He is hot. He just drops Idris to the ground. He just kind of collapses. It's like, very well then. Both it is. And all of them, at this point, a incredibly dense fog creeps in and kind of is like almost surrounds all of you instantaneously. And it recedes, and everybody's gone. Except for...
Is Idris still there?
He's still there. He's on the ground.
No. I run up to him.
I do the same. Once the wall's gone, I just dash.
The wall's no longer there.
Yeah, so dash up. Idris, why?
Idris,
The wolves are gone, so yeah, I'm gonna follow.
I told you that you always scare the bejesus out of me whenever you do that.
I'm sorry, my friends, but this was the vision. It is. I started remembering, and I knew what I had to do. It just took me a while to have the courage to do it. Ayla, I'm sorry it took as long as it did. But your brother's safe. I sent him back to the capital.
Alright.
It's
I saw in the dream that I didn't know who, but someone was in danger. So I don't know how, but I knew where to make the sigils. And just like in the dream, they were in the exact spot. So I think this was supposed to happen.
My friend, I thank you for saving my brother. But I wish you would not have to go.
He just kind of like looks at all of you and says, never compromise, even in the face of death. At this point, he holds out his hand, and there's a little metallic little ball thing, and it disappears and kind of reappears in Elbereth's hand. There's no explanation for it, just happens. And he's going to tell you that I'm sorry that I can't continue on with you.
Take his hand in mine and just hold it tight.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, my friend. You were a great companion. We will always remember you, and I will always remember this great kindness.
As much as he can be doing, it just seems like he's smiling. And as he smiles, you just see what is his normal bright light becomes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer until it's gone.
Nidar angrily punches the closest tree, and he storms back to the capital.
Okay. So Nadar will be... I'll put you right here for now. What are the rest of you doing?
I'll better keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't get into too much trouble.
Are his eyes still open?
His eyes are
They're still
metal sockets, so...
Or
like he still has eyelids. So.
Are there lights that turn on and off?
You can make the gesture of whatever you're trying to do. I know what you're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I cover his eyes and I start saying a prayer.
He closes eyelids.
Well, if he has any, but I cover his eyes and start saying a prayer. And then I look at Zahel and Mark and Millard and say, I guess he is gone. Do we bury him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here or someplace less sad?
We're not in that forest where we were before, right? Or are we?
No, different forest.
Okay.
So you, I'm going to fast track this a little bit because I know we just lost lava, so I'm going to do this as quick as we can and transition out.
So we bury.
You proceed to bury him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, rip Idris. He gone. So
Did he have a sack or anything with him, like something that satchel? Okay, cool.
the only thing he left was the little item that he made apparate into Elbert's hand, which you do not know about yet.
Okay.
So you guys are going to kind of gather yourself. Yeah, we lost lava. That's why I'm trying to wrap it up. Gather yourselves, and Lava and Millard are at the edge of the forest, but they've stopped. So they said that they were going back to the capital, but they stopped. Now, for the sake of the visual, we'll put you... It's going to be farther than you think, so it'll look a lot farther than what the edge of this map is. But if all of you want to put yourselves down there where they are, you get right about here. We'll say like some trees are blocking the way, and you get to the point where you see that they've stopped,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know why. And one of you kind of just I say one of you. Zyle, because of where you are, you have the best line of sight, or just kind of notice that these two are in a blank stare of sorts. They
Boys, you're gonna want to see this.
and as you guys come around, you see that there is a very vivid orange-red color coming from where the capital is.
What is going on?
As you get closer, right about here, it becomes very apparent that the entirety of the capital is up in flames.
No.
All of it. So they have literally stopped dead in their tracks. Don't know what to do. And as this is occurring, that same fog that you guys saw earlier seems to creep back around you, coming in between you and the fire, and as well as back. It creeps in further and further and further to where you no longer see anything other than fog. And you are very confused. And what do you do?
I think we wait till next time. I think we just end the episode there.
I'm giving you one more thing. There's a reason.
As the fog is encroaching.
Mm-hmm. Well, the fog's already around you. So, like,
Okay.
do you say anything?
I think we should try and look for survivors in the city.
Okay.
Zal's just there. He's very clearly pissed, but like that quiet, smoldering, angry.
Yeah.
Not saying anything.
You guys, as you were saying this, the fog starts to pull back. And what's really strange is one of you takes a step, and what was grass is now snow
What is going on here?
beneath your feet. And as it rescinds further and further, you are suddenly in a vast snowy area with clearly not where you just were.
Is this Ash?
That elven girl, where was she?
What elven girl?
The elven girl that told us where the guy.
She told you, and then you
She's
guys
back
ran
at
off.
the capital.
She was at the capital.
Okay.
A bit the cameras.
I know they're
Okay.
since lava's gone. They're
I put AJ's up.
oh, okay. Let's go back to that. Thank you. Much appreciated. So I can go back here. This is where we are now. Seem to be
Ow.
some sort of snowy terrain.
Snow? Oh,
This is a lot different
Oh.
than I thought the day was going to turn out.
Yep, and
And
the
it
fog
started
is
so well.
the fog is still in the distance, but it's very far off now.
This is not the forest we came to. Where are we?
Very much so, Ayla. You have zero bearing. Where you are is not familiar to you at all.
Do we still see where the city is?
No.
Okay.
There's
I whisper. I turn to Mark, or I go over to Mark and I whisper to him. You know, I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't really like the snow. It's a bad sign.
Hmm.
Did he bring us here? He said he was going to take both. Did he?
You mean
I
did
shout, "Where are you?"
your voice just echoes into the distance.
I keep shouting. I don't want to do it because I don't like my kids upset.
That's fine.
Keep shouting, "Where are you? Where is my family? Where did you bring us?"
At this point, all of you suddenly get the feeling that something is nearby. And you look up to the north, and there is just a hooded figure, much taller than the one you were just dealing with, so not the same one. Standing, looking the other way with his arms behind his back, and just kind of looking up at the air. And then, even without looking at you, you hear, "Good evening, my fellow adventurers."
Who are you?
who are you?
I am Strahd von Zerovich. And welcome to Barovia. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
And cut. Yay!
Good job, people. You survived. Well, almost everybody survived.
I live.
Soon, bro, too soon.
Right.
I made money.
A lot of people did not.
Quite a lot.
I got
No.
muffins.
Unfortunately, I could not wrap that up before Nadar and Lava
Yep.
checked out. I tried, but it was just a
I
lot
told you.
a lot to get in one episode.
Lack of money was
get
the
it.
problem. Gambling was the solution.
So
That was quote of the night right there.
Well, there's another one that Urlock picked out that I liked.
I
The question
certainly
is not-
was not expecting to
The
have.
question is not who I am. The question is, who are you?
I was
That's what I was-
certainly not expecting to have to roleplay a drinking game scenario. I don't know why, given what Nadar is, but I was not anticipating that. So
Yeah.
that turned out okay.
Oh yeah. Urlock said the quote, "You're great, man. You're a champ." Points at Nadar.
You're great. So that is it for episode 1. Hope all of you in chat enjoyed yourself. If you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully we kept it as streamlined as possible so it's not confusing if we are talking to chat. If so, some of us will probably go back and watch it and try to learn from it and see what we can do to make it more smooth moving forward. Does anyone have any final things they would like to say to chat before we close out the stream?
Well, does chat have any questions?
Or chat, or vice versa.
Chat,
I was
do you
gonna
have any
say I gotta
questions?
go, but
Well, at least let me cut the stream off before we do that.
yeah.
All
I'll give
right.
them just a few
Minutes.
seconds.
I don't
Who
have
am
any
I?
questions.
Who am I?
I am your...
I love that Calico hung in there. So Calico, if that was
Yeah,
cringy for you,
Calico!
I'm sorry, but good job. I hope it was as minimally
Oh,
cringy as possible
oh.
for you.
Androl.
We gotta do the giveaway.
That's true.
Okay.
So-
I do have to go.
Right.
So
Okay, here's what we'll do.
I think
We'll make it nice and simple so we can let Miller go. We'll announce the winner of the giveaway on socials and or the beginning of next episode for this
Okay.
time.
Well, I mean, you could just take our visuals down.
Yeah, I guess I could. So
to the beginning
Yeah.
screen.
make it easier. So there. So Millard, if you want to hop out, feel free to
Yeah.
hop out.
See you guys.
I am trying to wrap
Oh,
up, so it will be
bye,
over. So
Dad.
if everybody can just hang in there for a second.
Will do.
All right, let me go and pull that up. so we can select a winner. Dashboard, dashboard. So how'd you feel about episode 1?
Woo!
It was good.
I liked it.
It's a rather dark introduction.
Yeah.
Did you expect anything
That-
less?
No, I did not. I'm not let down at all.
Okay.
So wait, did they see? I was a little bit confused. Did they see the Capitol burning and then it kind of faded away?
The mist covered it, so it blocked your
Okay.
view.
Erlock cried a little bit. I
Nice.
tried. I was like really trying to bring tears and it wasn't working for me.
You don't have to go that hard in the paint. It's a basketball term for you. But
I mean the music was spot on
Yeah,
too,
that was
babe.
the point, man.
Yeah, dude, that was-
awesome.
So wait, was that yours?
no, I would have
Now
loved
I'm
to have,
disappointed. I take back what I said.
I would have loved to have done that, but that would have taken a long time to have that much music prepared. So it was just easier to go get some copyright free music. And I did spend a lot of time searching for ones that I really wanted for a specific circumstance though.
Right.
But
Either
the
way,
winner
now I'm disappointed.
the winner of tonight's, believe it or not, is Calico.
Calico won the sticker!
Good job.
Yay,
You probably-
Calico!
her and B Cube 38 both got the subscriber bonus, so they had the most points, and it was a random wheel, and Calico was the selected winner.
Yay! Sorry, Matt Crumbly. Maybe next time.
I don't know why he didn't get tickets. Like his is he was right. His is not showing up. It's really strange. I wonder if he had it muted. Like maybe was he lurking, and does that like keep you from getting some? I don't
It
know.
might have. I forget because I forget when he hit the lurk thing, but because he kept leaving and coming back.
That might be why, because it's based on like how long you've spent watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, the winner is based on how long you spent watching it?
Erlock, you did, but Calico got a lot.
I may have put in 60 because I didn't know what I was doing.
Erlock put in a total of 20 tickets, which is worth 2,000 points. Calico put in a total of 60 tickets. So
wow.
she
Guys!
she had a good chance of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations, Miss Calico, on winning the very first giveaway that we've done on this one. We will have more as we continue on
More
stream and change
giveaways.
up what we're giving away each time too. And
Yep.
in the meantime, I would say if the next go round is a giveaway and you happen to win it again, if you're entering it again, you may select who it goes to if you were selected as the winner. So if Calico, you happen to win the
Or
next
you
time,
can have another.
you can take another one or you can choose who it goes to. So that is going to be it for tonight, unless anyone else has any extra comments. Thank you all very much for stopping by. Hopefully it was enjoyable. We look forward to next week of what is going to be in store for our lovely adventurers and what sort
Why would
of...
you have Calico's real name now?
No, it still says
I'm trying to
Calico.
figure
on
this
there.
out.
We don't have Calico's real name on there yet. Yeah, so that's going to be it for
That's
tonight.
true. I already have her address, so that's good. All right, go ahead. Say goodbye.
Okay.
До свидания.
We'll cue the music. We'll have Barovia music for the outro. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Hope you have a lovely night, and we will see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. Thanks.
There.